people, live on the air. Did you want to introduce it this time, John?
G'day and bonza to the jaw-dropping episode 3 of the Jaw-Dropping Podcast, where we sit here and talk shit with Will, Billy Jefford, Alex, the boy Taylor, and John, Funny Man Hayes.
Brilliant.
I think you should do it.
Yeah, I think
probably. It's got to be the same every week.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's try again, shall we? Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Jaw-Dropping Podcast. I'm here with Will.
All right, chaps, how are we?
And the wonderful John.
G'day, bonza.
And once again today we're going to be talking about strange things and peculiar news stories, because that's what we're all about here at the Jaw-Dropping Podcast. Isn't that right, boys?
That's what we's all about, governor.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
We've had 2 episodes now that have that people have seemed to enjoyed. I believe you have a shout out, don't you, John, as well?
Hey, this one is a blast from the past. I gotta give a shout out to my guy Lewis Lionel, the Legend Price, mate. Back in the day, Lyndhurst Newtown School. Come on, shout out to all the boys.
Brilliant.
Matt Clark, James Payne.
Yeah,
all
that's
of
what I mean. Pledger, all of you, legends.
Oh my God! Fuck yeah, they are blasts from the past as well.
What a blast
I
from the
feel
past.
like we are perhaps jumping the gun ever so slightly, considering we have 5 subscribers and are already doing shout-outs.
You know,
Look.
but those 5 subscribers, granted, I'm one of them, and so is Will. So
Yeah, and so is my brother.
yeah, so 2 people.
So we have 2. So that's better than look. The people didn't know that we only had 5 subscribers until you just ruined it. We could have blagged that we had 35.
Yeah, but
No, I think we should use it. I think we should utilise this. Subscribe. I want to have 10 subscribers by this time next week.
yeah, 10 subscribers.
Subscribe.
And hit the bell icon so you get notifications as well of when new stuff gets uploaded. And also, we are now on Twitter at Jaw, all in capital letters, _podcast. And we're also on Castbox as well. Just search the Jaw-Dropping Podcast and we will come up so you can watch us on, or listen to us on
This shit's pro, man.
Castbox.
This shit's
I know.
Right.
And we have an email as well.
Yes,
So you
for
can email into us, the jaw-droppingpodcast@gmail.com if you want
for
to.
any suggestions, any weird news stories that you found that you want us to discuss, and also click the bell. It's right next to the video on YouTube. Subscribe.
Brilliant. Right, let's kick things off. Would you like an unbelievable fact first?
Yeah,
Mate,
go on,
you
Mate,
go
it's-
with whatever feels natural.
Okay. The shortest war ever fought was between Britain and Zanzibar. How long do you reckon it was, John?
What, war? A war?
Yeah, shortest ever war.
I was going to make some silly answer, probably an hour and a half. I think a war's usually a battle, so people have got to die in that time. So I'm going to say 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Well, I think I might have heard of this. I think it's ridiculously short, because a war is only when someone declares war, and then they can sort of
Revoke it.
provoke it as well. Not provoke it, revoke it. I think is the word you're looking for, John.
I said revoke if you listen to it back.
I don't think you did. I think it's 12 minutes or something. I think it was a really short period of time.
12 minutes?
Yeah.
I know fucking bands that have made longer fucking tracks on an album than 12 minutes.
John, Will's actually closer than what you are, because the shortest ever war was between Britain and Zanzibar on August the 27th, 1896, and Zanzibar surrendered after 38 minutes.
Jesus. How badly did they get fucked up in that war? Did they suddenly realise that their muskets, our muskets, were much more prolific at dealing damage than their stones and wooden sticks? Because that's Zanzibar is I'm not sure what it was like back then, but isn't Zanzibar a third world country today?
I think you're thinking of Zimbabwe.
What's Zanzibar?
It's a map on Halo, isn't it?
Isn't Zanzibar?
It's a lyric in the Tenacious D song as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to cook it, but I'll order it from Zanzibar.
Oh, so it's a food place.
No, they didn't declare war on a food place.
I was going to say, they didn't get my damn order right. So Zanzibar, hang on, but Zanzibar, the place I'm thinking of, has got a beach. That is the correct place, isn't it?
I presume I don't think it's a country anymore. I presume it was a former country.
Yeah, it was. It's
or a territory or
Zanzibar is a semi-autonomous part of Tanzania.
An autonomous.
Autonomous.
Is that full of robots? Is that where they fucking? Oi, mate! Is that where they filmed District 9?
No, it's not. Autonomy is just like a form of independence, I suppose. So if they are semi-autonomous, it means that they have some form of decision over their own sort of laws or policies.
Is that what Calcutta have done in Barcelona? They declared their own.
Calcutta is a city in India.
Not Calcutta. It's bloody. What are they called?
I don't know, Sean.
Yes, because Barcelona's not in Spain anymore.
Oh no, you're thinking of Catalonia, aren't you?
That's the one, Catalonia.
Bloody hell, John.
Catalonia. So Catalonia is that an autonomous from Spain now?
No, it was there was that sort of that was like a absolutely tiny sort of civil war / just civil unrest.
Oh, so is that
they were looking for
leveled there?
Oh, I don't know what degree it's continued, but certainly for a period of time.
I thought they were independent.
No,
last year, wasn't it? 2 years.
Catalonia is where Barcelona
is. It not like Vatican City and Italy?
I'm not sure.
Slightly different.
I have absolutely no idea. But going back to the original point, a 38-minute war, it kind of reminds me of like a couple of kids in a playground where like they start having like a little scrap and they're both being like held back by their mates. Like, come on, I'll one bomb you. Come on, and then one guy realizes he's bit off way more than he can chew, and then all of a sudden becomes, oh mate, I wasn't saying it really, I'm really, I think it's probably best that we just shake hands and walk away here, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's me every Friday night, bro.
Yeah.
Come on then, let's go. Gets up in my face. All right, bro, chill out.
Yeah, right, settle down, will you?
At the moment, it's you in the mirror because you can't go out on a Friday night.
Well, I tell you what, me and my mate Stella, we're going to have a go. He's wearing a wife beater earlier.
Brilliant. Right, should we move on to our first news story?
Yeah, please.
So this is from CBS News. So Weather Service issues alert for pedestrians to be aware of falling iguanas.
Jesus Christ, how strong was the wind? Falling iguanas?
Yeah.
Do they make a song about it?
Official
like Raining Men?
weather report.
An official weather report.
You
Imagine
need to be
seeing that.
careful of falling iguanas.
Imagine seeing that on the news at 10. You sat there with your brew and you oh, hang on. There's
Tomorrow
a
we're going to have a light shower of iguanas.
I'd imagine living in a place that has such a large population of iguanas that there is it's like when you're driving along this a road in Britain, you get like deer crossing, and you go to Sweden, then all of a sudden it's like moose crossing.
Yeah, it's like if you hit a
now
deer,
you got iguanas
that's
falling from
bad.
trees.
But if you hit like a moose, like the moose ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, man.
But you don't want to hit an iguana.
Shall I elaborate?
What on a moral perspective, or
I think I've heard this story.
Do you remember when you hit a badger, John?
Go on.
Oh mate, Jesus Christ, that badger didn't know what it dented me fucking radiator though. Jesus Christ. Savage.
And imagine the size of a badger in comparison to, well, not an iguana, but imagine like hitting a moose, which is like the size of a horse.
Oh mate, I've seen a moose. I saw a moose in America, I think, or was it an elk? Might have been an elk. No, it wasn't an elk. I don't know. It was a big fucking camel-looking thing with horns. With horns. I don't know. I got up close and personal with it. Anyway, but yes, I've heard this story. Isn't this like there was some mad tornado that fucking lunged them all in the sky, and then they landed in the trees, and then they slowly started falling out the trees? Pretty close with that answer.
Well, I'm sure Alex will fill us in with details, but I'm almost 100% certain that isn't what happened.
I think I'll bet my bottom dollar.
So, the National Weather Service issued a warning for some Florida residents: beware of fallen iguanas. So, the temperature in the state dipped, and the cold-blooded lizards slowed down and became motionless because they're endotherms, so they take in heat from their surroundings. When they get too cold, they seize up, so they end up falling out of the trees and becoming a bit stiff on the floor. So that's why they end up...
So it wasn't wind, it was actually the temperature that meant that they became so inactive that they couldn't actually hold on to trees that they were in.
Yeah,
because
because
they were falling out.
green iguanas are invasive to Florida. They're not supposed to be there at all. But they have
Did someone bring them over?
Yeah. They're like inundated with the same
Parasites.
with is it Burmese pythons and the like Asian carp as well, because of like flooding and things like that. Like all of these animals have got out and there's no competition, so they're wreaking havoc.
That's incredible. So what keeps them from freezing then? The sun, obviously. So
yeah, it wasn't like I'm not talking like freezing temperatures, as in like, because obviously this is in Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it just obviously like when our fingers get cold, like our fingers start going a bit like decrepit, innit?
Yeah, but
so I imagine we're warm-blooded, so the cold affects us like not at the same level that it would affect them. So because they're already cold, so they must like just lock up.
No,
I know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So
you're not too far
We're
wrong.
warm-blooded, so we can generate our own heat, whereas cold-blooded animals can't generate their own heat, so they have to like lie in the sun to warm themselves up, so they can actually be.
What a life! I've been doing that every day this week, mate. Just been on my roof. Fucking hell. Got some right sunburn on my back yesterday. I'll be shedding like a Siamese python tomorrow, I tell you.
Fantastic. Right, so that was the so that's the raining iguanas in Florida. So
what would the equivalent be in the UK? Would it be like pigeons falling out of trees?
The equivalent in the UK,
5G in it.
I guess. Yeah.
Loads of birds.
I told you.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. Then 5G towers, fam.
Killing the birds. Or whatever.
It's not just giving us Rona, it's cooking our microwaves, our brainwaves.
It's cooking our microwaves. Oh no, what will we do? How will we make our pizzas?
Well, to be fair, if the 5G fucking tower does start cooking microwaves, it can cook my one because it's shit. I put something in there for 10 minutes. A microwave, let me explain to the people how a microwave is meant to work, yeah? So you put something in the microwave, it's meant to reheat, but it reheats, it cooks it from the inside out, doesn't it? It like, because it hits the heaviest mass first and then sort of spreads out, yeah? And this is how fucked up my microwave is. I put something in the microwave for 10 minutes, yeah? It was only pasta and meatballs. I'd made it. Well, I didn't make it, so that's already a lie. I put it in there, and I get it out, and the sides, all around the edge, red hot, middle's freezing cold.
What was it surrounded by? Was it like in like a tin?
No, it was in a bowl. It's just that microwave's whack.
That's why you're supposed to fucking stir it and put it back in for another minute.
Oh, no, I ain't faffing about that.
Okay.
I can't deal with cold balls.
Cold balls.
Can't deal with cold balls.
No.
If I got meatballs in the microwave, I'm doing that stir and putting it back in.
Yeah, same with soup as well.
I thought you were on about your testicles, man. But fucking hell, we've changed lanes here.
Oh, God. Speaking about testicles, should we go on to... I've added like 3 ridiculous inventions that I want to see if you guys can guess what they are.
Go on.
Okay, so the first one is connected tampons. Now,
I guess that just is an app on a lady human's phone that says... Like,
a lady human?
They stuff their tampon in them, like how they usually stuff it in there with the tampon inserter extractor. It's a little plastic thing, and they just put it in, and then I imagine like when you start menstruating and it needs changing, your phone vibrates, going, "You need to tidy this shit up." Like, change.
You're not too far from the truth. So it'll cost you. It's a tampon that is connected to your phone, so you can measure your flow.
Jesus Christ! Is that what women talk about? They want to compare.
It's a wearable device. It's linked to an app, and it measures your tampon's like saturation, so you know when it's time to change it.
Yeah.
That just seems like so fucking excessive.
Yeah.
I mean, surely you just do it, don't you?
That's like fucking putting a pad in my boxers and then it telling me every time I've shit myself. I don't need to know every time I've shit myself.
I mean, I don't really understand how it works, but I'm assuming that there's like, you know, a time to change one. I don't really know how it works.
I think it's usually Well, I would imagine every time they go to the toilet. I would have thought.
It's not every time they go to the toilet, John.
Is it not? Well, there you go. The more you know.
That's this segment. It's going to be called The More You Know. Okay, the next invention, intelligent umbrella.
So it knows when it's fucking raining?
Yeah, an umbrella that lets you know when it's raining.
I actually know this one.
Yeah.
So what it does is like you can have it as a normal umbrella, right? So you're bowling down the road. It's a normal umbrella. Or sun comes out. You know what them glasses have got where they auto dim? It's an auto dim umbrella. And if it's not that, then it's isn't it in a James Bond film where he gets an umbrella and it turns into a shield from bullets?
I'm
fairly sure it's not the latter. I'm fairly sure it's not the latter.
And there is an umbrella that's in Kingsman where
that's the one.
Yeah. But no, it's an umbrella that lets you know when it's raining.
It is. So you actually told me the answer before, and I still got it wrong.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
What's the fucking point?
So the point of it is, it will also let you know when you've forgotten it. So it's connected to your phone. So, yeah.
Oh, fucking cheers, mate. I'm getting absolutely fucking drenched walking to work, and I get a fucking update on my phone for some fucking cocky umbrella being like, "You forgot me, hey!" Fuck it. I ain't got time for that.
You're fucking fuming.
It lets you.
It's raining.
Basically, analyzes weather reports. The app does, and it will let you know when it's most likely needed. So if it thinks that it's going to be needed, if you leave the house without it, you'll get a notification saying, "You'll probably need me today," even if it's not raining.
But it's too late. You've already left the house. Just all you need to do is set an alarm on your phone every day. Go, is it going to rain today? And it's. I thought you were going to say it's for
look
like
at the weather forecast.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought you were going to say it was going to be for like the visually impaired and the deaf. But they still know when it's fucking raining because they go outside and they get fucking wet.
Do you want to know how much it will cost you for an intelligent umbrella?
Please don't. Go on then. Treat me.
£65.
That is disgusting. Who's making this?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
What a wanker.
I would. This is one of my This is connected to one of my If I was Prime Minister, the first thing I'd fucking do is ban anybody below the height of 6 foot from holding an umbrella. Because if you're tall and there's people holding umbrellas on a tight street, I remember walking down New York when it was fucking throwing it down with rain, and I was getting fucking nicks on my cheeks from all the fuckers holding umbrellas above their head who are really fucking short, so it's my eye line. Like, honestly, I had to walk around having to fucking dodge it because I kept getting fucking hit in the face with them. That's honestly, a fucking pet peeve in my eyes. They never fucking walk around the outside of you, do they? They always walk directly towards you. And I've got to fucking lean out of the way to make sure I don't get my eye taken out by a pointy thing on a fucking umbrella.
What are you going to do about the disabled people in wheelchairs? Although saying that, they should have a roof. They can have a roll cage with that. I've seen it. They have a roll cage and they have the plastic sheet.
Yeah.
And failing that, just put 2 poles up, bit of tarpaulin, fucking Bob's your uncle, pal.
And if you've got a busy enough street, right, with enough people that are over 6 foot, which there are enough people that are over 6 foot, then the short people can walk under the canopy that is sort of made over the top of them by the tall people with the umbrellas. There's no need for a 5'2" person to have an umbrella.
I mean,
walk next to someone that's got a fucking umbrella.
Pavements should be split into 1 foot steps. So, if you are short, you'll be on the 1 foot step, and if you are really tall, you'll be on the other one, and then everyone will be at the same.
Wouldn't it make sense, Alex? Wouldn't it make sense?
Yeah,
or these fucking politicians are too fucking busy saving the world and fucking curing coronavirus, and they're not thinking about the real fucking issues. Not thinking about the real fucking umbrella issues. Furious.
Or you could even just get a little extension for your umbrella, just an extra foot. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, 100%. I wonder how many people's eyes have been taken out by pointy umbrellas held by short people.
Maybe this smart umbrella could have sensors on the side, so that if you got close to someone, it would beep
knows
at
every
you.
time it fucking stabs me in the face.
They start beeping.
Yeah, okay, and the last invention I have for you is called the inner selfie stick.
I don't want to know what that one is. I don't want to know what that is. Are you taking
someone
pictures of your organs?
Yeah.
It's a selfie stick used to take pictures inside yourself.
Jesus.
So and it's like there's the picture, right, is a guy holding a phone, and this selfie stick is coming out the bottom and it's going in between his legs, and on the phone screen there's the weird picture of like the inside of his.
So it's effectively like a homemade colonoscopy.
Yeah.
So is that even a selfie if you can't see your face in it?
Yeah, because it's yourself. Just from the inside.
It's just like me taking a picture of my arsehole. I could do that without a selfie stick.
Yeah, but you couldn't take a picture inside your fucking arsehole without a selfie stick, could you?
Well, because surely I could have it doesn't matter how many selfie sticks I have, an inside one and outside one. My phone ain't going up my arse, is it? I mean,
there's the point
it's
of an adapter, though. But the point is, it's an adapter. I presume it's like a very thin, sort of long, sort of stick almost that is able to go up your arsehole.
Not gonna lie, I'd use that for other things than sticking it up my own arse.
Such as?
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be up your arsehole. It could be, you know.
I'd be like spying, right?
Please continue.
Just like no, I'd put it.
It would
like,
work a bit like a fibre optic camera.
Yeah, that's what it'd be
so
like.
So you could put it under a door and stuff like that.
Under a door and just see who's chatting shit about me. Or...
This fucking video is going to be used in evidence when you get fucking arrested.
No, like you could put it under, like you could do like mad magic tricks because you could like put something under like a camera under the door, and then like everyone's wearing certain coloured clothes, and then you pull the camera stick back out and you knock on the door and you go, I bet I can guess what every person in this room is wearing right now.
Yeah, the fact that it also has like a light on the end of it, I'm pretty sure.
The worst thing is when you do it to your mum or dad and they start bollock naked the other side. Do you know what I mean? No one needs to see that.
I'm pretty sure people would notice because it has a light on the end of it. Because obviously, if you're taking pictures of your insides, you kind of need some sort of light because I doubt there's anything producing. You know, the term "where the sun don't shine" is quite adequate.
I don't know, mate. I ate some pretty fire chilies, mate. I bet there was some sort of light in my stomach when we did the fucking bomb challenge in fucking London, mate.
I'm not sure what was inside my guts after doing that, but I don't want to fucking see it. I'd say that for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what. When I sat down on that toilet and shit, I took off by a good 2 feet. It was fucking dreadful.
Yeah, the tagline for the inner selfie stick is "You're just as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside."
I fucking hate.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. I ain't that beautiful on the outside, but I do not want to see what the fucking inside of my arsehole looks like.
No, neither do I. Do you want to know how much it'll cost you as well?
Oh, brilliant! Go on then.
Good £70.
£22.50.
70.
£40.
Oh,
I know.
Split the distance.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think it's now time for
John's theory of everything. So, right. I've got a couple of things, yeah?
Yeah.
Today, I have found out this week, right, that a turtle doesn't go in to its shell and have a little house and everything. I knew that anyway. But you know how his fucking turtle goes into like its shell? I thought the shell was a separate entity. I've seen a fucking cut in half picture of its exoskeleton, and it turns out the shell is the turtle.
Yeah.
So when they pop their head in, so what fills up all that gas? Is that all their? I just mind boggles me. Look, there's a picture.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Look, I thought he could have a good setup in there. You could have a plasma on the wall.
That hasn't got any of his like lungs or his digestive system.
It's not just open space. You know, there are things inside it that are exactly like Alex said. You know, it has got to have organs. It has got to have. I was
just absolutely baffled. But I don't know what I thought. I thought it had like a. I thought if you took a shell off what is it? A tortoise. A turtle. That it would be like some flat-bodied lizard. And it just had like this protective shell on it. Do you know what I mean? So it could just hide in there, like a bit like an armadillo.
I must ask, John, do you think that turtle and tortoises are the same thing?
No, because one swims and one has webbed normal feet like an elephant.
Which one is which then, John?
The turtle is the land one.
No,
wasn't it?
Turtle is the water dwelling one.
Well.
And then you've also got terrapins as well, which are kind of a mixture of the two.
That's savage. And then the next one, I was always told that if you sneezed with your eyes open, that your eyes would pop out. Yeah? Found out this week that's not true. That's not true, because I was told if you sneeze with your eyes, the pressure within Makes your fucking eyes pop out like that geezer on Britain's Got Talent that one time.
I'm so amazed that something that you were told by a 7-year-old on a school playground isn't true. Astonishing, John.
Mate, it's your brother, mate. Your brother's made some horrible shit. Yeah, like I said, he made me believe, your brother, that the Queen owned your hands. Your brother told me, yeah, and I used to tell that. I told that to so many people. He told me that you can't get your hands tattooed because the Queen owns your hands. He also told me that, yeah, if our digestive systems were flipped the other way around, you could fucking eat through your arsehole and shit out your mouth. That would be better for you. And he also told me, what else did he tell me? Mate, he told me some things that I just...
The Queen owns your hands. That's the best one. I love that. That's great.
But I believe that until fucking... Honestly, I told people at work that, and I've been at work now 7 years, but I probably only found out the Queen doesn't own your hands maximum 3 years ago.
If the Queen owns your hands, how many people has she wanked off?
Too many
Go on,
people.
Liz. I mean, come on. No, we're not gonna. No, we're not
I was
going to
say. I think you can say a lot of things on this podcast. However, I think going in on the Queen is probably one that is going to be the most unacceptable.
Back in the day, the kings and queens of the world were absolute whores and whoresses, mate.
Yeah.
Like Henry VIII, he fucked anything that moved.
Yeah,
he
apparently he was like
herpes.
riddled. Yeah.
What a legend.
Boy, what a fucking lad.
Brilliant. So what was your the one that was going to blow your mind then, John?
It's not one that I would say has. Well, it is because right. This one, folks, you've got to listen to this. So I didn't even have to find this one. This was front page news in the fucking Independent. Right. This is more of a rant than it is a ramble.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm not sure if you saw it, but Donald Trump. Here we go. You know what I'm going to say already, don't you? So Donald Trump was taking some press conference about COVID-19. So he is asking a scientist certain questions about what they're doing to fucking, combat this virus. And he's going, disinfectant, that kills it on the spot in seconds, done. He then asked the scientist if he could find out, do a scientific test, see if they could inject disinfectant into the bloodstream in some way to kill this virus. Now, I'm sorry, but we are living in a simulation, people. This is my theory on simulation. How the fuck have we got a guy who used to host The Apprentice, a reality TV program, who is the head of the world, basically? Furthermore, do you know what's... There's more evidence to support this. His main fucking combatant, his main competitor, Joe Biden, had this to say on Twitter. I can't believe I have to say this, but please don't drink bleach. This is the most powerful country in the world.
Do you want to hear something even more incredible about this story, right? So there is a bloke who runs supposedly a religious group in America.
Yeah.
And they're supposedly a religious group, but this bloke also runs one of the biggest bleach companies in America. Yeah. And he wrote a letter to Donald Trump 4 days beforehand saying, bleach is the thing that is gonna cure us of coronavirus. It cures AIDS, it cures cancer, it cures all this sort of stuff. Oh. Donald, this is the best way to do it. And then 4 days later, he goes on a press conference and says that not drinking, but if they can inject bleach, it's the thing that's going to cure us from coronavirus. And this morning I read that in New York alone, 30 people have been admitted to hospital since that press conference, having drank bleach because of that press conference.
Oh, mate, it's a different breed out there. It's a different breed. That's the most terrifying thing, is not the fucking thing that Trump is going out there telling people, to inject bleach. It's the fucking terrifying thing is
people going and doing it.
They're refusing to believe he's wrong. There's people out there that think he's right. The Matrix had it right, man. I'm telling you, everything in life, in physics, is numbers and code.
Yeah.
And we are living in a simulation. How do we know that we haven't? Because we're already building our next simulation. If you can fucking occupy the mind, you can convince it of everything. If you put a VR thing on, have you tried them VR things yet?
Yeah.
Quality. The porn's quality. You look around. It's all there. You want to look at a nipple, you look at a nipple. You want to look at an ass.
Have you watched porn through VR?
I have, only because my mate, shout out to someone, actually I won't say his name, because but someone has showed me it at work, and it was incredible. I was right there.
You're right there between the arse cheeks.
But that's an incredible invention. Have you seen the fucking, the thing where they sync the VR to this like fake ass and fake tits model thing?
No.
Is
this a thing? Is this an actual thing?
It's an actual thing. It's on YouTube. Type it in. It's brilliant. Anyone out there listening, you got to look it up. It absolutely is. Some Chinese geezer, and he is loving life. But yes, that's what I'm saying. But we're already getting to the stage where if we keep going, it's already like got the depth perception on these VR things. As soon as you start feeling some sort of stimulations, you'll never have to leave the house, because you could be sat in a chair, have this thing on, and you could think you're doing bits, but really you're just a fat slob sat in a fucking pile of your own filth, and you're being injected with all your food and nutrients.
Interestingly, I did watch a YouTube video of a guy that did a week in VR. So an entire week, not taking off the VR goggles. So the way he got round being able to like shower, I think he took them off to be able to shower and wash himself. But anything else he did with VR goggles on. If he had to like cook and stuff like that, it gave like a low res, like black and white image that he would have to look through, which was the camera on the front of the VR.
So it's just like, the camera. That is insane.
Yeah, and he spent like a whole week in VR. It's really interesting. You should check that out.
What was it like after?
He said that it's weird because you become like detached from yourself. He said it was really odd. Some of the stuff that he felt. You should go and check it out. I won't spoil it for you. Go onto YouTube. Just put a week in VR or 7 days in VR, and this guy does a whole week. It's something else.
My very favourite VR video of all time is the snooker player Ronnie O'Sullivan putting on a VR headset and then pretending to play pool. And the camera shows him, and he's got the headset on, and he puts his hand out as if it's on the table, and like crouches down as you would do, and then in that position just falls straight to the floor. and it was so realistic. He thought he'd be able to lean on the table, and so he starts to go to lean on the table, and of course it's not there, and he just fucking hits the deck. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It is so disorientating, because I used to have one with I think it was like the first ever one that came out with the Samsung S7.
Yeah,
and that was insane. Like you'd actually go in this room, and you'd be sat down, and it was like you're in a cinema or a living room.
They have them in arcades now.
Mate, it's insane. And they've got the depth perception spot on. The only problem with mine at the time is it was a bit pixelated, because it was obviously like the first one.
Yeah,
but it is a surreal feeling, mate.
I've done a roller coaster, and it makes your heart go, and it sort of makes your adrenaline pump in exactly the same way. It's astonishing.
Trick the
I'm
mind.
not sure that Donald Trump asking us to drink bleach is necessarily a sign that we are all in a simulation.
Oh, mate, no, that's not the only sign. There's many things like deja vu. Every time you think of something and then it happens, or like you'll think of a person, and that person will call you the second you think of it.
No, deja vu is something a bit different to that. So deja vu is...
I know that's not deja vu. I'm just saying deja vu.
Deja vu is where... So you're like, oh, wait, I've been in this moment before. When actually it's your perception being sluggish to what your brain is. So your brains work slightly faster than what you're able to perceive it. So it feels like you've done it before, but it's not. It's just your brain and your perception catching up with each other.
That's bollocks. It's deja vu. I've done it before.
How is that a simulation? How can that physically be
a simulation? Because you've played this level before. You've already got the achievement. You've got the 50 gamer score already.
It's not fucking Call of Duty
for this episode. I'm telling you, mate. I'm telling you. And there's certain things, physics. Like, do you know there is a bit in your DNA that has the exact same code as a computer virus?
In what sense?
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. Go on then. Carry on. Go on.
Let me try and find it.
As a computer
Absolutely.
virus?
Our genetic code shares the same code.
But it can't, because our genetic code is made out of
Atoms.
And
Molecules. Compounds.
And how can
Okay,
yeah.
so it's obviously, I've just pulled it up. I got it wrong.
Yeah, okay.
It says DNA that contains a computer virus. In 2017, a multidisciplinary group of researchers at the University of Washington. Shut up, Will. I can't read.
Washington State or Washington DC?
Yeah.
I mean, it just says University of Washington. Let's not go down that route. Proved. Let me say that again. Proved that they could embed malicious computer code into physical strands of DNA. Their aim was to show that the computers working in gene sequencing were vulnerable to attack, but they may also have inadvertently revealed that we perceive to be biological reality was in fact computer code all along. And the number pi.
Nope.
No, you're not having it.
No, John,
Not
I think what it sounds like to me is it's a bit like I'm going to build a Lego house out of Duplo. Like, do you know what I mean? The fact that
I don't know what fucking Duplo is.
Duplo was
You
like...
never played with Duplo as a kid? Duplo's like Lego, but just bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's Lego for spastics.
No, it's Lego for under fours, I think, is what you're trying to find.
I got them at the age of 18. No, I have played with them. They're like at least they don't hurt when you tread on them. That's another thing.
No.
Yeah.
That's a bastard, that Lego.
Yeah, but I think that's my way of looking at it, is they've taken this thing and said, this is a computer virus, the code for computer virus, and we've translated it and put it into DNA. That doesn't mean that DNA is then going to sequence itself when it manifests in whatever it is into a virus. It depends what those sequences come out with.
We will see when we die, and then we find out we have another 2 lives, yeah?
Yes, John, I'll see you there.
And GTA's got third person now. That's basically real life.
GTA was third person anyway.
First person, whatever the one where you're holding the gun.
I think he means first person.
Yeah, first person, yeah. Brilliant. Well, speaking of Washington, John, our next news story is was reported by Fox News, and it's in Washington State. Okay,
You double-checked it, yeah?
Yeah, double-check that. Washington State, not Washington, D.C., so Washington State. So the headline was Washington State Forest Road Hazard. Now, what do you think this road hazard was?
What, in Washington State?
Yeah.
A road hazard?
Yeah.
Was it Donald Trump?
No.
Did he fall over?
Was
Did his pig fly off?
Road hazard?
Yeah. In the middle of a
Was it like a
forest.
naked man that had just got like really fucked up and just decided to like lie on the street?
Where is Washington State? Is it a bushy area?
By Columbia. Yeah, it's like a foresty
Northwest.
area.
I know what it was. Was it next to Columbia? Is that where they do all the cocaine?
Not Columbia, the fucking country.
Yeah. The state.
Oh, the state. I was gonna say, was Pablo Escobar just chilling? Okay, so no. Okay, so it's a bushy area. Okay, I don't know.
Doesn't matter what type of area it is. The headline says that it's in a forest.
No, is it? I did not listen to the headline. Okay, no idea. Something along the lines of naked man falls on reindeer horn and it's impaled up his arsehole.
So the road hazard turned out to be a lost 600-pound sea lion. And it was found nearly 90 kilometres from the ocean.
Fucking what?
Yeah, 90 kilometres from the ocean.
A sea lion?
Yeah, so
No, someone jacked that sea lion and dumped him in the middle of the nowhere, the bastards.
So I googled just to see how far, because it never actually stated how far away, because it said what the road was. So I found the road on Google Maps, and I was like, oh, how far away is it? And see, it can't be that far away. And when I measured it, it was 90 kilometres away from the ocean.
Yeah, there's no way. I'll tell you what's happened there.
5 kilometres from the closest source of water. So because there's a main river with an estuary, which is probably where it came from, and then there's another river that branches off from that, which was the closest to where it could have been. So I feel like it probably swam up the estuary, got lost, and then decided to walk back. Maybe.
Nah, no way. There's a couple of blokes that got really fucking drunk, and have gone, let's fucking steal a sea lion. I don't know about you, but I want to fuck with a sea lion though.
You know, and I had to Google like different sea lions that were in that area to see if it was like, you know, one that could have escaped from a zoo or whatever. It's a Stella sea lion, which is like local to the area. So
yeah, but let's go back. Let's go back to our teenage years. Yeah, we all had a bit of fun. We all dabbled in a bit of this and a bit of that.
Yeah,
on one of those occasions,
some more than others.
Imagine, you know, you're a bit tipsy, or a bit stoned, and someone goes, "Oh, I know where there's a couple of sea lions." I know what I'd have done back in my day, but I want one as a pet, mate. They got teeth. Have you not seen the fucking? They got 2 like Siberian tiger teeth coming down here,
that's
mate.
a walrus, John.
It's close enough. It's close enough. Imagine having a fucking sea lion as a pet. I've seen them. They can clap. They can do this. They fucking out. You'd never.
Right. So
you know what? That is what my parents should have done. Is got me a sea lion for a brother, because I could have played kicky ups with it. Fucking, we could have headed balls together.
Let me put you in the situation then, John. So you're drunk with, let's say, 2 mates, right?
It would have been you and Joe.
How are you getting? Probably me and Joe. How are you getting a sea lion into the back of your car?
Yeah,
I tell you exactly how we would have done it. Me and Joe would have got you pissed enough and made you do it, and then you'd have got injured. We'd have fucking managed to get the rest of it in the boot.
John, it's a 600-pound sea lion. It's not small. Oh. It's huge.
It would have taken 3 of us to fucking pick it up, mate.
Fucking £600. I reckon that would have taken a lot more than fucking 3 of us, especially if it's trying to fight us.
Yeah, mate. You'd have had to sedate it or something. Maybe they got the sea lion high.
Maybe.
They just hotboxed him. They just put a really big jug over him, or a big tarpaulin. You know them fucking parachutes that you used to have at first school, where you all used to go out,
the colourful
fucking
parachutes.
Pull it up, and then all run in and duck under it.
Yeah.
A really big jug.
Either or, your uncle, tomatoes your tomatoes. Do you know what I mean?
I am going to ask you though, John. What's the difference between a sea lion and a seal?
Oh, one is found in San Francisco on Pier 9, and one they stab in the back of the head because there's too many of them in the Antarctic. See why? And the thing is, I'm not even wrong. That's the best thing about it.
I don't know. I mean, I have no information to say that you're wrong there, John. I mean, let's be honest.
I mean,
you're definitely wrong.
Slightly kind of right in that seals prefer more temperate climates, so you'll most likely find seals in Arctic waters, and you'll only find sea lions in warmer waters. That's kind of one of the differences.
Freshwater, saltwater. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. They're mammals. They don't breathe it in.
Hang on. So what does a crocodile do?
Crocodile.
That's a mammal.
No, it's a reptile.
What?
Why do you think a crocodile's a mammal?
Why wouldn't it be a mammal? Oh, because it's cold-blooded. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a reptile.
It's a reptile. And it lays eggs.
Yeah.
It does lay eggs.
Not crocodile, babe.
John,
hang on, but isn't there a mammal? Isn't there one mammal that lays eggs?
Yeah, platypus.
Oh, I've got fun facts about platypus. Did you
know? Is a platypus a mammal?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I
feel like this is a Washington.
This
is a Washington.
No, which is a mammal anyway.
Thing. Oh my god!
Marsupials are mammals, aren't they?
Do you know when the British first went to Australia and they found a platypus? They thought it was a cruel. Well, they didn't think it was a. They found obviously a corpse of a platypus. They thought it was a scientific experiment where someone had stitched a duck mouth on a beaver.
Yes. Yeah.
And at that point, that's when they thought we're in the right place for some really fucking strong drugs.
Is that you doing a didgeridoo impression, John?
It is, yeah.
It's a banjo, mate, not a didgeridoo.
Do you know what a banjo is, John?
Yeah, it's that bit between the fucking foreskin and your belly. I've nicked that a few times and oh, fucking hell.
Oh, God, let's not get back into John's shaving story, shall we?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Do you have any more? Because that's it for me. That's all.
Are we doing a female question time?
Oh yeah, female question time. So on that, I actually had a message from a female listener telling me that it is definitely front to back, not back to front.
Yes, I don't know why you got that fucking so confused, because I was talking to Susie last night, and who in their right mind does the fucking... It's like a cricket bowl motion you're on about, like how they curl their wrist. You were on about they'd be like flipping it all the way back round.
No, I'm not on. I'm
they
not
do
on
the front.
About... Oh,
they do the front, and then they do the back. They don't do it in one foul sweep.
Yeah, but they'll always go front to back, whether they do one foul swoop or they do
yes,
2 seconds.
But who doesn't?
I reckon they just I just reckon they get a damp towel and just put it between their legs and just go. Like
so are you saying that you wipe?
Flossing.
Are you saying that you wipe down towards your balls?
I never wipe, mate. I never wipe. I just go in the shower straight away.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna way to live. Do you know what? No, let's not go there.
Have we got a new one though? Have we got a new thing to discuss?
No, I don't actually have anything about. I feel like it would be quite fun to get a load of pictures of like makeup brushes or something, and see if we can work out what they're used.
Mate, you
for.
know what? You know what'd be a good segment.
What?
I honestly like. You can even keep this in for this podcast. I'm not afraid to admit it. Like when I'm doing the checkouts at Sainsbury's,
Yeah.
half the fruit and veg that comes down, mate, I just have a Plu group, which just gives me, like you click on it, and it just gives you the names with a tiny little picture. Half of them, don't know what they are. Honestly, wasn't 100% positive I knew what a fucking lettuce was. Because I've always had lettuce in a bag. I've never had a fresh lettuce.
You've never had a fresh lettuce?
I had to ask the customer what it was.
What a lettuce was?
What a lettuce was. Because I've only ever had that like flat lettuce.
Is it not written on the packaging?
No, because we've taken away plastic bags and that now. So no one bothers to do it. You have to do it like literally. They'll just come over in the midst of a coronavirus pandemic. They just come over with just a broccoli and put it on the conveyor belt, and then just a pear, just an apple, just a fucking couscous, just a fucking aubergine, just a courgette.
A couscous?
Yeah.
Couscous comes in a packet.
Well, whatever it is, it's cauliflower. Sorry. They'll put a cauliflower down. And I'm just sat there like, what are you trying to do? Yeah, it's madness because we got rid of all the plastic bags, isn't it?
And what category does it come under? Vegetables or
no,
salad?
There's different ones. So there's different ones. So it says, you click Plu Group and it says green veg. So I'm pretty good with that because I know pretty much all the green veg. And then there's
what? Broccoli,
asparagus,
courgette.
No, that's not green. That's pink, purple. No, that's an aubergine. Yes, courgette. Fucking hell, what is it? Green beans.
Okay.
There's loads. Beans, yeah. And then there's then you have veg, you have fruit, you have citrus fruit, you have exotic veg, and then you have other.
What exotic?
Oh no, you have root veg as well.
What's the
exotic veg?
What exotic veg do they have at Sainsbury's?
It's butternut squash.
It's a butternut squash. Yeah, that's exotic.
I think on that note, we should wrap this up, gentlemen. Yeah, John, do you want to do the outro?
Thank you for listening to the. Hang on, let me think professionally a minute. Oh, thank you for listening to the George Podcast. I'll see you next Wednesday. You can.